morning. Let me grab some cards over here and we'll pull one and see what the topic of the morning is. So the topic is enough. You were born enough. Okay. So this is the truth of the matter. Every being has at the center point the divine is. If there were no divine is there, and divine is perfection, always perfection, and none of the things that happen in life when one is in the corporeal form can diminish, can sully, can tarnish the divine is. Okay? So that is always enough, and that's why it is so important to make that journey and find the divine is. Find out what it is at the center of the universe. What is the God element? What is it that's there? I call it also the pregnant void, okay? And it has more reality than anything here, although it is spirit, and we are spirit, okay? We are not the corporeal form. People confuse that they are a corporeal form. This is like your car. It's a mode of transportation for the spirit. It's a mode of experience. And it takes spirit, which is, so vast, and it basically, dampens it down to have the experiences that we have in this corporeal form. Okay? So why do we do that? Okay, immediately I'm getting the thing in about the Garden of Eden. Okay? So it's apparently time to talk about the Garden of Eden again. I've talked about this before. But what is the story of the Garden of Eden? They were with God, they walked with God, they were fully realized beings, okay? Part and parcel, okay? And what did they have? They wanted, they had everything. The Garden of Eden is perfection. They had everything. But they were what? They were innocent. And they wanted to know darkness from light. All they had was light. All they had was good. Okay? But what was over there? The tree of knowledge. The tree of knowledge. They were complete and whole as they were, innocent. Okay? But they wanted knowledge. So God told them, you can have from any of the trees in the garden except for that one tree. And here comes the serpent, and he says, he's going, well, why is it you can't have knowledge? Why is it you can't, and again, she took a bite of the apple. I don't know why they use an apple, but they use an apple. She took a bite, and her eyes were open, and she saw she was naked. And she went and covered herself. And then what happened with Adam, same thing, he followed her right down that path. Okay? And when God came again in the garden, here they are covered up. And well, why have you covered? Because we're naked. Who told you you were naked? Okay? Well, they ate of the tree of knowledge. They wanted to know, and all they had was good. Okay? So if you want to go know what is good from evil, you want that dichotomy, you want that experience, okay, then they got thrown out of the Garden of Eden, and they had the angel barring the way so they couldn't get back, and they went to do the journey, okay? But in the center, in the midst of that, is the divine is, okay? And it is enough. What you are at the heart and being when you let go of all the fallacy, what I call the illusions of truth. And why does it start ILL? Because it's ill. It causes the illnesses that one has. These feelings of doubt, these feelings of lack, these feelings of not enough, not good enough, not having enough, not being enough. All of those, things that ego takes on in its storyline, and I call it its soap opera. Okay, all of these things, if they're not freeing, then they're what? Illusions. They are not, and what is an illusion? It's not reality. It's something that one takes on and wants to think it's reality, but it's not reality. The reality is that we are all part and parcel of the divine is. Okay? That's what fuels, that's what gives us life. And this is what you find. It's the great cosmic joke. Realization is the great cosmic joke. Because you go looking here and there. I went across the world to find God. I went all the way to India. I had the things. I could have bought a home. I could have had these things. Instead of doing that, I took whatever I had and went to India to find the truth. And when you get to the end, you find out you couldn't have gotten away from it if you tried, because it's right here. Yet we go to the other side of the world chasing all this stuff to find out what's always been present. Does it mean we were separate from it? No, it just means we had blinders. We didn't see what is right there. Okay? So again, what we have is enough, but we have to find that out for ourselves. We have to do the journey. And it's not a journey of having to go across oceans, across lands, across cultures. It's a journey inward, into the heart center, into the divine. We are the temple of the living God. That's why I said you don't, pollute your temple. You are a temple. It is sacred space. Wherever you stand is holy ground if you are communing with the divine. Okay? So wherever you are, it is a sacred space. Are you going to pollute it? Are you going to go into a church, a holy place, and do negative, nasty actions? Okay? Are you going to go in there and drink and get drunk and pollute it and smoke and all the other things? Are you going to pollute that space? If you're not going to pollute there, why are you polluting the temple where God is at, where you can commune and be? Okay? So don't pollute your temple. Treat with respect. Go into the spiritual heart center. Go into the temple, and you can commune with your guides, masters, angels, the divine is, the higher self. Okay? It's all available. But we have to open the door. We have to be willing to walk through it. We have to see that there is that potential. It does exist, and we have access to it at any time, place, always. And so again, this is why I put out the mantra, and now is the time to put out this complete mantra, because it aids in accessing that purity, that heart area. The divine is. It aids you to walk through into that temple, into that space, into that place of holiness, raising the vibrations, okay? to find out what has always been present, but simply not seen. Okay? Simply not seen. So thank you for tuning in. Much love and light, and I'll see you online.